Since the days of the Portuguese in the 15th century, gold has been taken out of Ghana and taken out of Ghana and taken out of Ghana. We haven't benefited that much from our natural resources. I am going to change that paradigm. I am going to bring a bigger focus on ownership of our natural resources.
So, according to an article by Business Insider Africa, the top 10 African countries that exported the most natural resources in the year 2022 are 1. South Africa, 2. Nigeria, 3. Algeria, 4. Angola, 5. Libya, 6. Egypt, 7. Ghana, 8. Congo, 9. Gabon, and 10. Zimbabwe. But of all these countries, only South Africa and Libya benefits a lot from their natural resources. In fact, South Africa has built its economy and tech from its natural resources. But countries like Nigeria and Democratic Republic of Congo have many natural resources, but poverty and political conflicts have stopped the fair distribution of wealth among the citizens of these countries. Ghana is also facing the same issue. It seems almost all of the continent's natural resources are being mined and controlled by multinationals or foreign companies. But now the story is changing in some African countries. This is especially true for the countries under military rule. The military leaders are trying to take full control of their natural resources from the multinationals, and Ghana is also planning the same. But this great idea is coming from Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, who is the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, NPP. He has pledged to ensure that Ghanaians will own 100% of their mineral resources if he is elected. According to Dr. Bawumia, he sees Ghana's mining rules as making it seem that Ghanaians don't fully own the country's mineral resources. So he is going to change that.
I am going to refocus our paradigm for natural resource management. For the most part, Ghana has not maximized the benefits from our natural resources. Since the days of the Portuguese in the 15th century, gold has been taken out of Ghana and taken out of Ghana and taken out of Ghana. We haven't benefited that much from our natural resources. I am going to change that paradigm. I am going to bring a bigger focus on ownership of our natural resources. It's as if right now we don't own the natural resource. I believe that if we do the exploration, and we are going to empower our universities and the Geological Survey Department to do the exploration. Once we explore and we have 7 gold belts, there's so much gold that we haven't yet even discovered. But once we explore and we know that the gold is here, the new policy is going to be that the ownership of those resources will be 100% owned by Ghana.
In fact, I trust this man on this particular promise, because at the time Ghana was struggling to get dollars to import oil and other goods, he was the one that brought the idea of exchanging the country's gold for oil.
We have to look for fundamental solutions to some of our problems. As our foreign exchange reserves have declined, the depreciation of the cedi, as I have noted, has accelerated. A major source of cedi depreciation has been the demand for foreign exchange to finance the import of oil products. In fact, our import of oil products is around $3 billion annually. Persistent cedi depreciation increases the cost of living with higher prices for fuel, transportation, utilities, food, and so on. The challenge that we face is a limited access to foreign exchange, as our foreign exchange reserves have depleted and the demand has not fallen, but the demand has been relatively steady for that lower foreign exchange reserves. And so the demand exceeds the supply, and then you have depreciation. So the thinking that we said, okay, how do we get in more foreign exchange reserves for the country to be able to stem this gap between the demand and the supply? One of the things that occurred to us and to me was, why aren't we able to accumulate reserves in terms of gold? We have focused on accumulating reserves over the years in terms of US dollars and other currencies. But gold is a foreign exchange reserve. And the unique feature of gold is that we are endowed with gold. We produce gold in Ghana, which means you don't have to export gold to earn that foreign exchange. You have to export cocoa, you have to export timber and other goods, foods and so on, to earn the foreign exchange. With gold, immediately you dig it up, it is foreign exchange. So you are essentially digging up foreign exchange. But to address this fundamental challenge that we all face of the persistent depreciation and its impact on fuel, in utility prices, food, and so on, government has opted to implement a policy of using our gold to buy oil products.
So he knows how important it is for the country to fully own its natural resources. And that is all for today's video. Please let us know your thoughts and suggestions on this in the comment section below. My name is Sheriff Haruna. Have a joyful life and see you in our next video. Macrao.